So Michael Popok, Legal AF, in the aftermath of the E Jean Carroll jury verdict, we have another open question, which is, will the judge impose a permanent injunction on Donald Trump that only a federal judge can do and only a judge can do to stop him from continuing his campaign of violent rhetoric and defamation to try to snub out and snuff out the dignity of E Jean Carroll? Will Judge Kaplan impose such a injunction? Now, let me explain the difference between what the jury has done with its jury verdict and what a judge can do as part of their equitable inherent authority to impose an injunction. Now, generally, in defamation cases, the jury verdict and its size is large enough. But as as E Jean Carroll's lawyer, Robbie Kaplan, said to the jury, you must make Donald Trump pay dearly. As Shane Crowley, the lawyer in the rebuttal close, told the jury, you must come up with a number that's sufficient to stop this incessant attack on our client. Only you can do that. But sometimes numbers aren't enough, no matter how high they are, no matter how stratospheric the number is. If for a person with seemingly unlimited resources, who uses other people's money, including his followers, separating them from their checks and their donations and their money and using it to pay for his legal fees and using it to pay for these kind of judgments, getting money from the state of Florida that's proposing a $5 million litigation fund to give over to Donald Trump, their fearless leader, what do? Well, then you resort to the other powers in the arsenal, of the judge in the courtroom. And what the judge can do is issue a permanent injunction. And Robbie Kaplan, the lawyer for E Jean Carroll, has asked for just that thing. Now, the judge will use the major fact finding developed by the trier of fact, which is the jury, the 9-person jury, in reaching its verdict and conclusion. And they sifted through the evidence. But the judge knows the case as well. And the judge also was a prime observer for other conduct and misconduct by Donald Trump and Alina Habba during the trial itself. How many times did we have to report on Legal AF and right here on the MeidasTouch network about Donald Trump saying and doing things inappropriately in front of the jury and being admonished by the judge, being warned that he could be found in contempt? Alina Habba, the same thing. Even during the closing arguments, Alina Habba was warned several times by the judge that if she persisted in a line of inquiry that he had already foreclosed, the judge had already foreclosed, she would be looking at serious consequences, including potentially being taken into federal detention in jail by the federal marshals. The judge saw all this, saw Donald Trump stand up in a rude, disrespectful, and misogynist way as Roberta Kaplan gave the closing argument in favor of her client, E Jean Carroll, and a judged rape victim. Who's already, the court and judges have already found to have been defamed. During closing argument in a case about a rape victim, Donald Trump got up and walked out of the courtroom. And some of his lawyers, like Boris Epstein, almost followed right behind him until the judge said, sit down. You're a lawyer, sit down. And Mr. Trump can go walking around, and we'll note that for the record and for the jury. So the judge has observed an out of control, unhinged, mentally compromised Donald Trump. So what to do about the problem called Donald Trump? Money sometimes is not enough. And as I posit on this hot take, sometimes you got to reach into that tool bag of a judge and impose a permanent injunction. Let me talk about what a permanent injunction is, where the power of the judge comes from to do it, and then what happens next if Donald Trump violates that order of contempt, or that permanent injunction leading to an order of contempt. What you feed your dog goes a long way to helping them lead their best lives. Nom Nom delivers real, good food, backed by science to help your dog thrive, because everything from strong digestive and immune systems to high energy starts with what's in their bowl. Nom Nom delivers freshly made dog food with every portion personalized to your dog's needs, so you can bring out their best. Nom Nom's made with real, wholesome ingredients you can see and recognize without any additives or fillers that contribute to bloating and low energy. That's because Nom Nom uses the latest science and insights to make real, good food for dogs. Their nutrient-packed recipes are designed by board-certified veterinary nutritionists, freshly made and shipped free to your door. Nom Nom's already delivered over 40 million meals to good dogs like yours, inspiring millions of clean bowls and tail wags. I feel so much better knowing that I'm giving my dog Lily better nutrition, and my dog really loves it too. Plus, Nom Nom comes with a money-back guarantee. If your dog's tail isn't wagging within 30 days, Nom Nom will refund your first order. No fillers, no nonsense. Go right now for 50% off your no-risk 2-week trial at trynom.com/legalaf. Spelled trynom.com/legalaf for 50% off. Trynom.com/legalaf. First of all, the judge has, as part of their inherent and equitable powers and authority, independent from the jury, as part of the administration of justice and the administration of civil justice, has powers, including the power to order someone to do or not do something. In this case, if he enters the permanent injunction, which Roberta Kaplan on behalf of E Jean Carroll is going to ask for, or has already asked for at the conclusion of this trial, the judge will have a hearing. He'll have briefing first, and then he may have an oral argument in a hearing. And then he can make his own observations about what he observed about the acting out, improper conduct and misconduct of Donald Trump and his lawyers during the trial itself, including continuing outside the courtroom to do exactly what he was not allowed to do inside the courtroom, which was to deny that the rape happened or that he knew the woman, and suggested again the exact same defamatory statements that put him on trial twice. He did it the night before the closing arguments. Here's a clip.
I don't even know who this woman is. I have no idea who she is, where she came from. This is another scam. It's a political witch hunt. And somehow we're going to have to fight this stuff. We cannot let our country go into this abyss. This is disgraceful. You have somebody running for office. You have a woman that's financed and lied about it. She totally lied about it by Democrat operatives, like just about the biggest one there is. And she said that wasn't true. They found that she lied about it, and the judge wasn't even, I guess, letting it be put in as evidence. The whole thing is a scam, and it's a shame, and it's a disgrace to our country.
The judge knows about all the social media posting, including from within the courtroom today, during jury selection, even today during closing argument, someone posing as a mentally unhinged Donald Trump tweeted and social media posted about the case and about his position on the case to go along hand in glove as a companion piece, I presume, with this unhinged video that we just showed you. And this is a body of work, a body of misdeeds and misconduct that the trial judge knows about. The trial judge will hold a hearing. That'll probably take us through the beginning of February, and then he can impose a permanent injunction against future misconduct. Under penalty, what are the penalties? The judge can fine Donald Trump. He can fine him a daily per diem, $1,000 a day, $10,000 a day, $100,000 a day, while he continues to violate the permanent injunction. That money can be turned over to the victim, in this case, E Jean Carroll. He can also fine him in civil contempt. And if he doesn't stop, he can ratchet it up and escalate it to criminal contempt. And then criminal contempt is the jackpot. That's if Donald Trump violates an order related to that and is found in criminal contempt, flouting a federal judge's orders. Then the federal marshals take him into custody, Secret Service, I guess, in tow, and take him to a federal detention center. And he sits there because he violated the orders of a federal judge, which will lead his lawyers, Alina Habba, to learn how to do a writ of mandamus or a writ of habeas corpus, to take it to a judge, another judge, an appellate judge, to get him out of jail. This is the world that Donald Trump has created by his continuous disrespect for our criminal justice system and our civil justice system. And this is what a judge like Lewis Kaplan, 30-year plus federal judge, handled things like the Osama bin Laden SEAL Team 6 murder, assassination, takeout, and other complicated cases. He could handle Donald Trump. And so I didn't want to lose sight, because of the size of the verdict, people would be distracted by the next step in the process, which I know that Robbie Kaplan, who's a fine lawyer, tremendous trial lawyer, and her team are going to ask immediately for a hearing to establish and have set and imposed on Donald Trump a permanent injunction against future defamation and misconduct towards E Jean Carroll. Because without it, we saw the video of what's going to happen next. So we'll continue to follow. I'll continue to report what happens next week because this case is not over. Yes, there'll be an appeal likely by Donald Trump to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. He's going to lose there, and he can try to take it up to the United States Supreme Court on the issue of immunity. And he'll have to, however, during that period, he'll have to post a sizable bond equal to the jury verdict with the clerk in order to obtain the stay of the execution of the judgment against him while the judge considers this permanent injunction. We'll follow and update you one place and one place only on YouTube. MeidasTouch Legal AF. Yes, the title is what you think. Every Wednesday and Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We do it on YouTube. We're usually top 3 in the world during our time slot, and then on audio podcast platforms of your choice. And then the leaders of Legal AF, Ben Meiselas, me, Karen Freeman Agnifilo, bring you these real-time updates about every hour, maybe every half an hour. One place, MeidasTouch YouTube. So until my next hot take, and until my next Legal AF, give me a comment, leave a comment, thumbs up here, helps with the ratings, keeps the network and me on the air. This is Michael Popok, Legal AF reporting.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.